Bows and bow ties, what's going on? So look, I don't have my camera on because I am not really dressed for this. My hair is in a bonnet. I don't want you guys to see me in a bonnet. And I have my night clothes on, which it's appropriate, but I really don't think I should be on camera. But look, so I woke up this morning. I haven't checked a lot of my social media in the last couple days because I've been busy. I've been tired, and quite frankly, I really didn't even care that much. And it seems like more of the same stuff that's out there. Okay, I saw a couple of new things that are out there, but well, while I was scrolling through and I checked some of my comments, whether it was TikTok or YouTube, I just figured out like y'all are still big mad. Sorry. Y'all are big mad because you don't like the fact that I called out what I wanted to call out. And that was in reference to Blue Ivy performing with Beyonce. So look, I'm trying to figure out why are you guys so big mad? Okay? Now, I just did a quick screen snap while I was making my coffee about maybe 5 minutes ago of some of the comments, and then I uploaded it, which is why I did not start on time. Okay. This took me 2 to 3 minutes, slapped it in something, uploaded this, and I'm going to show you just some of the comments. I mean, they're not too bad. I just picked the first ones um, that I could find. Let me see here. I'm going to make this smaller so you can see this. All right. Can you guys see these? So, I'll just read some of these out. Hey, good morning to everybody out there in podcast land, uh, uh, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. So I want you to look at this. Someone, I guess, yesterday said, or implied that I was a hater. They said haters. So what? No different from the Disney children. So stop right there. Stop right there. Disney children come out all kinds of effed up. They come out messed up. I mean, you where do we even begin? Miley Cyrus lost her mind at one point. You've got the whole Britney. I never know what's going on with Britney. Okay. Britney Spears lost her mind. Demi Lovato changes her pronouns every few months or whatever it is. There's so much going on. And so people tried to use that as a badge of honor. Like you had Raven Simone. I don't know what's going on with her. She's just all over the place. Excuse me, I'm enjoying my morning coffee in my new customized Yeti cup. I don't know why I'm obsessed with these things. So let me enjoy my coffee. I even think it tastes better. I swear to goodness, I think it even tastes better. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, using Disney children is not going to sway me. Now, there's exceptions to every rule. I get it, but like, yeah, I'm not impressed with people want to say, well, look, we have Disney children. I'm like, exactly, exactly. Someone said she isn't just a child. She is I'm sorry, she isn't just a child. She is in the industry. See, we need to deal with some punctuation here. She is more protected than all of our own children. I really don't think so. You guys think that's protection? You guys think that's protection, knowing that she's exposed to all of the shenanigans? Someone mentioned I was reaching into space. Blue was born in the music industry. No, she wasn't born in the music industry. She was born and then someone actually gave her access to the music industry. Let's be clear. Someone said, "Don't be mad that you're not out there." I have no interest in doing that. For those of you who know me, let me make it clear. I am a person who is in love with the sciences and engineering. I like those types of things. I am not interested in that. So I'm gonna be. I mean that's not my calling. It has not been. If it was my calling, I would have been singing and performing all of my life. I mean, I've been in choirs and that type of thing, but that doesn't count. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know, but that's not my thing. So I don't know why I would be mad that I'm not. I'm like I'm not interested in doing that. I am not interested in fame. Fame, it sucks. I'll take the fortune, but I'm not interested in fame. Someone said, I got my first summer job at around 11 or 12 on summer break. What's the difference between teaching her work ethic? Yes, it's on a way bigger scale, but who's to say? They meant to say who's to say, but they wrote, but who to say she isn't heavily guarded? I think people are misunderstanding when I'm talking about protection. And number one, no one's talking about her not having work ethic. Where have I talked about work ethic? Work ethic, excuse me. My conversation, my thoughts are in reference to protection. Protection. This person was, someone even mentioned being, oh, the same person mentioned being guarded. And I'm like, I need you to hear what I'm saying. I'm like, she needs to be protected. She's seeing too much. You can't sit there and tell me that she's not seeing too much. Someone mentioned children have performed on stage for centuries. Sammy Davis, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, and many others have been on stage as children. This is not new. It is good for the child. Maybe, maybe not, but this is not, but I don't know what, whatever. So I don't know. I'm just reading what was written. So let me just say this. I think someone mentioned on my TikTok, it may have been on my TikTok, that they were talking about, like, well, what do you think about Michael Jackson? And I'm going to give you the answer that I mentioned in a video before. I'm going to say it again. Two things can be true. Michael Jackson was a generational talent. And were we, meaning everyone else, we were the great beneficiaries of a Michael Jackson. But look at the price he had to pay. He had fame, he had fortune, he had everything, but he had nothing. He didn't have peace of mind. He didn't have a childhood. He didn't have self-esteem. He didn't even like his blackness. He didn't have things that actually mattered most. He had fame, he had fortune. He has a collection of music that is just historical. It's archivable. I just, did I make up a word? It's unlike anything, unlike any generational talent. So if you're asking me what I think about a Michael Jackson, extraordinary. But look at the price he had to pay for no peace, no childhood, all kinds of abuse. Look at the price he had to pay in order to bring this this collection of amazingness to us. And so yes, although he came out at a young age and gave us all of this wonderful content, this beautiful music collection, he's not here. He's not here, you know. And so yeah, there are some who escaped, and there's some who I don't know. Look at Raven Simone. Raven Simone has gone through so much. Look at Demi Lovato. Every time I turn around, there's something about her changing her pronouns again, and I can't keep up with these Disney kids. I don't want to. So let me say this again when I talk about Blue Ivy. I don't know what was so compelling, but all I saw was, I was like, oh, that poor baby. Get that baby off that stage. You know what? You want her to grow up and be a child? Let her go to performing arts schools and perform. I think she's done some performances before. Let her perform in theater and stuff like that. Like, she's so young. Let her do that with her peers. And I think where I'm going to really irk some people is Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy, is up there performing with adults. Okay. She's performing with adults, number one. Number two, who live alternative lifestyles anyway. Okay. You've got adults who have issues with who they are anyway. You have a community that is desperate for attention and validation. You've got a community that needs everyone to affirm them and their alternative lifestyle. Okay. For those of you who are out there in podcast land, I just put my little bottom ticker up that just said these are all opinions, and all opinions are alleged until proven to be true or untrue. I have to put my statement out there because there's always some whacked out weirdo who's in their feelings. So I want to just circle back to where I was going with this. Blue Ivy needs to be protected. I said what I said. Her mom is just off her rocker right now. This is a 40-something-year-old woman who still feels the need to come out here in leotards and pop and lock and bump and grind on stage. This is a woman who's already going to have her legendary status in some sort of Hall of Fame somewhere, right? But she's just gone off the rocker. She'll say things like I'm a Christian, and then the stuff that she's promoting is it doesn't jive. It's true cognitive dissonance. But not even that. When you have someone who can't not work, who can't just sit there and just be with her children or whatever it is she wants to do, right? She has to bring her child into this industry, and she knows how messed up that industry is. I feel like this baby girl is not protected. She is not protected. So she's out there among adults. There's always some creeper or some weirdo out there. I don't care how many guards you have. Can you trust the guards? I mean, like, it's just effed up. And so a lot of these people will say things like, "Oh, you're just jealous." What am I jealous of? I want to be clear. I would like for someone to really help me understand, what am I jealous of? Having to get out there, all these people wanting to paw you, and it's kind of gross. If you're talking about her traveling the world, I've traveled the world. I'm going to travel the world again with my kids this summer. So what is it? What am I Let me tell you something. I put my kids in activities, and I'm with my kids too, don't get me wrong, where they get to learn and grow and do things that they enjoy. And I'm sure Blue Ivy enjoys the entertaining portion of her hobbies. But I'm like, why does she have to be around a bunch of adults doing this? The things that her mother sings about, the suggestive nature. As a kid, do you want to see your mom doing that all on stage? A lot of these people are going to co-sign this and say, "Oh, but it's Beyonce." Yes, I'm like, she doesn't even know any better. This child is 11 or 12 or 10, maybe 10. I don't know. I know she's around the age of my kids, and I can tell you right now, I would not want my children out on that kind of stage. No freaking way. I just spilled coffee. I'm just irritated with myself right now. I'm gonna have to text my one of my kids to bring me some water. Hold on a second here. Let me get myself together. Let me text my daughter. She'll help me out. Can you bring me some tap water? Not drinking water? Question mark. So anyway, yeah. What is there to be jealous over? I mean, if I gotta go through that level of guarding my child, then there's something wrong. If I have to, do you understand what I mean? Like, what is wrong with the scenario that you're in that you have to do that level of guardianship? Like, you have to guard. I'm just making up all kinds of terms today. It's just not something that I'm interested in. So for those of you out there who think that I'm jealous, I'm like, no. If anything, I'm advocating. I'm like, someone protect that child. Beyonce is just wild. Thank you, sweetie. I just have to make sure I. All right, here. Thank you. All right, protect that child. So what happens is, I think people are delusional. They think that she is just, as soon as she's done, like, she's never seen people smoke things and do things, engage in certain activities. You've got people up there who are already confused about what gender they are, sexuality, stuff like that. And there's way too much discussion in general, I think, around sexuality and identity, right? So now they are already in a position where, just by virtue, even if they don't tell her, they can show her better than they can tell her. Seeing is believing. Okay. So you've got these people who are doing and living in a way that is, so a lot of people may say you're a phobe or I'm a phobe, whatever. They can say whatever they want. I'm calling a thing a thing. Blue Ivy is out there among a bunch of adults who can make their own choices. And unfortunately, her mom is making this choice for her. And so people who are lost will actually co-sign this behavior. They will clap it up. They're like, kids have been performing forever. I'm like, exactly. And you see what's happening now, right? I mean, in the beginning, people probably didn't think anything of it. I know I probably didn't. But then when you're seeing the effects of how these children are behaving and they're living as adults, there's something to be said for the pressures of the industry, things that they've seen, the how creepy the people are in the industry behind the scenes. There are people who are in all kinds at all levels, great creepers in this industry doing these horrible things, saying and doing horrible things. So yeah, this is the reason why I'm like still laughing at some of these whacked out weirdos in my comments. Now I just snapped the first few that came up in YouTube. There's some in my TikTok. I don't even read them all because unfortunately for many of y'all, I don't always just stay on the freaking app. I get all these notifications and I might read 10 of them and then my inner ADD kicks in and I don't actually read every single thing timely. I just don't. You know why? Because I have a life. I have a freaking life. And I suggest you all get one too. But anyway, yeah. I saw that people were in their feelings and apparently I'm a hater because I want to be up on stage. I'm like, I want to make this clear again. I'm literally a middle aged woman who has a career. I want to make this clear. I have a career that has nothing to do with entertaining. Not that. No, that's not what I do. I'm not interested in going up on stage and making a career out of popping and locking, shaking my behind, um, scrolling around, slithering on stage, licking microphones and all other weird stuff, and then telling people they got to bow down to me and all this other stuff. I don't want to have to sing about sexuality. I can go to bed at night knowing that I haven't done any of those things. I can go to bed at night knowing that my children are not in that industry. That doesn't mean that my children won't make mistakes. But what I'm not going to do is usher them into shenanigans. I'm not going to usher them into shenanigans. I said it. I said it again. I'll say it one more time. I am not going to usher my children into shenanigans. Okay. Are my children perfect? No. On any given day, I'm looking at them sideways like, what about that was a good decision? But I do like knowing that my children can go outside and they don't have to deal with the ills of fame. Most people want all the spoils, whatever you call it, but I don't like the ills of fame. I don't want that for my children, and I hope they never want fame. My kids get to go. Let me tell you something. You know what's so silly? My kids get to go to the store. They get to go to places like Five and freaking Below. They're not caught up on all the other stuff, right? Like for some reason, kids still like Five and Below. They get to go to Five and freaking Below. Mom, can I spend money at Five and Below? That's what kids are supposed to do. I mean, as you get older, you want different things, but you know, I don't want my kids to have to like, oh, I need to get these new like couture boots. My kids get to go outside and play. They get to play sports. They get to go out and play, ride bikes, jump in the pool, all that kind of stuff. That's what kids should be doing. They should be making up games. They should be getting into neighborhood squabbles over like, no, I'm not playing with you anymore. You cheated. No, I didn't. You suck. And then they're friends the next day. That's what kids are supposed to be doing. That's what they're supposed to be doing. You should be fighting with your kids on like, did you get your reading done today? You should be fighting with your kids on like, hey, go clean up after yourself, right? Teaching them life skills. So for those of you who say I'm jealous, I'm a hater. What is there to hate? The only thing that she has, and I'm talking about Beyonce, is a whole bunch of money over me. But the last time I checked, I'm living a pretty darn good life because I know who I belong to and where my joy comes from. I want to make it clear. My joy does not come from that. Let me tell you something. Money makes life a whole lot easier, but my real joy does not come from public affirmation, adulation, that type of thing. I don't have to get up there and starve myself thin and all of this stuff so that the public can judge me. I don't have to do that. And getting back to Beyonce's daughter, she's so young, and I don't know what it is, but something about her, I'm just kind of like, my heart goes out to her because she doesn't know any better. She's looking up to her mom as the icon that she is, and even in that, it's becoming more of an idol. I don't know. I just feel like we need to protect that little girl. That little girl should not be out there amongst all these people having to do this high stage performance. And I'm telling you right now, what is she, like 10? Give her another 10 or 15 years. She's going to have a public something. She's probably going to have some sort of book or TV show or whatever, or interview, and she's going to talk about all the things that she's experienced and that she's seen, what it's like growing up as Beyonce's daughter. You don't even hear about her other children, those twins. Something's going to be said. You can mark my words. I said this in another video before. Mark my words. Something is not healthy about this. All right. So, look, for all of you whacked out weirdos, you can go ahead and leave more comments if you want to. I'm going to get off of here. Um, Leave a comment. Like I said, at least people have been respectful. So I leave the comments up there. I mean, because they're not going completely off the rails, right? They called me a hater or whatever like that. I mean, people are allowed to have opinions, and I don't mind people having opinions. If you get like outrageous, you will definitely be blocked, and I will be deleting the comment because I don't like that. I made myself clear. All right. Have a good one. Leave a comment and go ahead and subscribe.